Hey, Alt Frog here. I'm just letting you know that this episode, for some reason, had some audio issues. I would cut in and out at random intervals, still having the full audio for you, but having just empty space. So I did my best to listen to the entire track and edited out all of those sections. So if you do hear some little like jumps, that would be the reason. So here it is, episode 20. Welcome to Republic City, and thank you guys so much for listening. We don't say it enough.
This is a Skeptic Frogs production.
Fire.
Air.
Water.
Earth.
8 years have passed since the Avatar's untimely end, with fear that the Avatar line may have ended, and with withering hope for the White Lotus to continue holding peace. The search for the next Avatar hastily begins.
Previously on Dicebenders.
How is it that I always almost die on every mission? We haven't even really started this one yet.
Do I want to do this? I'm gonna pull out my amulet and show it to them. What are you protecting?
The family has us bringing in a package into the Fire Nation.
And is there anyone supervising you?
We do have a supervisor on board. His name is Slick. Are you Rena?
And so that is where we have left off at. Jaeger and Kevin, you guys have made your way back onto the White Lotus ship. Taro, you're kind of caught into this confrontation with this airbender here talking to him. So we'll start with Jaeger and Kevin. You guys head back onto the White Lotus ship, and you see the teachers are standing there. Vanna comes up and looks at you, Kevin, and goes, "Oh, Kevin, you guys did a really good job," and looks over at Jaeger and sees how hurt he is, and she's like, "Oh, do you need a little help with?" And just kind of gestures to all of you and says that.
I'm pretty much fine, because I think I barely took a hit. Yeah, I barely took a hit.
No, I'm talking to your firebender, sweetie.
Yeah, he definitely helped. I healed him the best I could, but I think between the two of us, he could be better.
Yeah, I'll take care of this. And she pulls out some water from her water skin and starts healing you, Jaeger. And because you guys aren't in combat, she's just going to spend all of her stuff to get you healed. So Jaeger, you're fully up to health. And Sean comes up as she's healing and like grabs you by the shoulder, Jaeger, and kind of speaks to you without actually looking at you. You guys are kind of looking in opposite directions, and he just goes, "You've done well, student."
Thank you, Master Sean.
And he just gives a very slight nod before walking over to the ship that is trying to move all their stuff over onto the now is their ship, but was once the Raider ship. To most likely try to speak with like the leader of that ship to figure out what exactly was going on and why they were in these waters. Meanwhile, Taro, you just got confronted face to face by hearing a name that you have not heard in many years. Airbender is just looking at you with this very scrunched face, trying to read you as he calls out that name.
She's gonna... She's shocked for a moment, and she puts a bit of a trained, like, confused look on her face, and she goes, "Rena's dead. And unless you want to join her, I'd shut your air hole."
I'll give you the option to do this. You can either roll a deception check to try to trick him with that face that you're giving, or you can roll an intimidation check to try to scare him away from trying to read you.
Okay, which one's better? Deception it is. Okay.
Oh yeah, you got a whole +1 to that from
training it up or whatever. Yeah. My intimidation is -1, so I don't want that. Wow. Okay, that wasn't great. I got a 4.
Okay, well, I was gonna roll for him, but it sounds. Let's see. If he gets less than a 2, he'll beat that. And he got a natural 20, so he more than was able to read you, and he just kind of gives you this face where he's like, really. He goes, okay, well, if Rena's dead, then where did you get that emblem?
I really don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
Okay, well, fine. But listen. Whatever you do, try to keep that on the down low, okay? And the look that you gave when I mentioned Slick, chances are you know him. You can try to talk to him. I don't know how that's going to work out. They just paid me to make sure that the shipments get over. But I'm just telling you, like, watch yourself, okay?
Can I roll insight, like, to see if he's being truthful or, like, honest?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna use this dice. Goodbye. Jeez Louise.
Go to dice jail.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Hasta luego. Which one do I want?
Oh, you're hitting the sack in the dice jail now, lad.
Excuse me, who is that? Hello?
Who was that? Was that?
Hello. How are you?
I just called.
Yeah.
Say how you doing.
What are you doing?
So, I take it you got a really bad roll.
Yeah, I got a 5, so and
Oh.
what's my insight? 6. No.
You got
No.
a 6 total?
Yeah.
You don't really know how to read airbenders too well, honestly. Like, he's kind of given the same blank expression that you get from Yang whenever you guys are just chatting. So, like, you don't know what he's meaning by anything he's saying. Same feeling you get when you talk with Go. Like, they're just really hard people to read, I guess.
Okay. Listen, thank you. I appreciate your whatever advice. I don't really need it. But I mean it. Like, Rena died 2 years ago. I'm not Rena anymore. So
Okay. And he puts his hands up to, like, do that whole, like, okay, well, big shot here type of thing. And he backs up a little bit and he's like, well, just do what you want then. I'm just trying to help you out. And he just walks over to his ship to help the rest of his crew start moving stuff over to the better ship. And you hear Vanna on the White Lotus ship shout your name. Taro! Taro, come here!
I'm coming. I run over.
Okay. So the three of you are standing there. Vanna has just healed you, Jaeger, as Taro is running up. She finished and put her water back into her water skin and closed it. You don't see Shang there, just the rest of them there when you get up there, Taro.
So how'd it go? And she's really anxious right now. Like, her palms are sweaty.
Could have gone better.
How
My
things
girl
go?
almost died.
You what? Wow, I missed a lot.
Yeah, it was looking a little rough, and she looks over at
The
you,
important thing
Taro.
is-
Go ahead, Kevin.
The important thing is Jaeger is here. I don't know why they're getting my head. Jaeger is still up and standing. The bad guys, the Southern Raiders were stopped, and that's the important thing. And their ship is can now be used for the other people to get where they need to go, because that ship they were on I doubt it's still seaworthy.
Yeah, they seem to be kind of sinking.
As you
Do we
guys are
see that
saying that, you guys are casually talking about this as you see, like, the crew from the ship that was getting attacked is frantically moving all their stuff over onto the new ship.
I think I'm gonna go over there and help them. Then I also need more water for my water skins.
Alright, so you guys take a little bit of time, rush over to try to help them out. You get everything over, and all the people are still safe. They are now on the Southern Raiders ship, but they put the flag down and put up their own flag, the similar fist in front of the mountain logo that is on their flag. Raise it high up in the sky, and as they do that, this entire time, Shang doesn't lift a finger to help them move the stuff over. He's kind of more like inspecting everything that's coming by and like trying to read everybody, because he's just trying to figure out as much as he can before he goes to ask people anything. This is very Jaeger. You know, this is very Shang behavior. He's much more of a watcher than anything, so he's just trying to get a read on this. It takes a lot for him to trust pretty much anybody. But everything gets moved over. Finally, that old ship has pretty much sunken, and it's just the two of you now. Vanna is still standing with you guys after finishing moving the stuff that she could, and this guy comes up to you, kind of short, but very greaser-like hair. Just imagine, like, The Outsiders or Grease, how slick back their hair was. And he's got, he doesn't have any glasses on or anything, or any kind of facial hair. He looks actually rather clean, despite how much oil has sat in his hair for God knows how long. He comes up, he's wearing this little pirate outfit. He's wearing this pirate outfit. Go ahead.
I try so hard to keep a straight face. And you describe it like, oh, that did it?
Yeah, as he's walking up to you guys, you see the rest of the people behind him start, like, snapping their fingers, walking slowly as he's walking up to you guys.
Just a couple of us guys.
He turns around.
That's so good.
He turns around, they all stop and get back to what they're doing, and then, he walks up to you guys. And he goes, hey, I just wanted to say, thank you guys for coming over and helping us out. He looks over at your flag and looks over at everybody's sash, and he goes, "I take it you guys are White Lotus, huh?"
Yes, sir. Why did they attack you?
Hey, I don't know, man. It's the pirates, anytime they ever see a ship out here, they go and try to take on whatever they've got. Anybody that waves a flag must have treasure, I guess. I don't know.
DM, can I do an insight?
Sure.
Alright. Oh, that's good. 16 plus 3. 19.
Okay, it sounds like it's pretty real. You guys are aware, especially you, Kevin, being a waterbender, hearing about the raiders, both southern and northerns. They are pirates. They like to pillage. They like to take ships that look like they are innocently floating by. So there sounds like there's some good truth to it. You're not entirely sure if it's the whole truth, but that seems like a logical conclusion.
Like, pretty much he's telling me half truths or something like that.
It feels that way.
It looks like Republic City needs to do more patrols in this area for pirates. Either that or we, White Lotus, needs to patrol the waters.
Yeah, I can't tell you guys what you guys need to do, but hey, you guys were there to save the day today, and I'm thankful for that. That's all I can ask. And he's scanning you guys and looks over and, like, does a double take on, well, actually, everybody give me a perception check as you're talking to this guy. I'm going to do one for Vanna and for Sean.
Do you want me to also do one?
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
All right. I got a nice 13.
Jaeger got
9.
himself a 14.
Okay. So anybody that got over a 14 or higher notices this. He does a double take when his eyes scan Taro. He just goes back and says, "Well, I mean, if you guys, we are making food deliveries out to the Fire Nation. If y'all need anything to eat, we might be able to spare you guys a couple barrels or something. Don't know where you guys are traveling to." Speaks up and she's like, "Oh, it's totally fine. We're just heading to Republic City. We'll be there shortly anyway." You were gonna say something, Kevin?
I'm sorry about your boat. I hope you have insurance on it.
Yeah. With I'm sure my boss has already got some kind of insurance or something. But
I thought that
go
boat was environmentally friendly.
Under her breath, she's gonna go, "Yeah, they do."
And he just looks at the rest of y'all and he's like, "Well, I mean, if nobody's got anything else to say, you guys do what you need to do. We're gonna do what we need to do. Thank you guys so much." And before he turns away, Shang stops him and he goes, "What did you say your name was?" And he turns around and he's like, "Oh, I'm glad you asked." And he like does that thumb to nose thing and like slides it over. And he goes, "Name's Slick." And he like rubs his hands, slicking his hair back and then reaches over for a handshake. And you guys are just seeing like oil on his hands dripping like it's drool as he reaches over for a handshake on Shang. And Shang just looks at his hand and then looks back at the man and he goes, "Pleasure," and just walks off.
I like that. And thank goodness Sean was like, no, that's just nasty. That's pure nasty. That is just pure nasty.
Was it something I said?
Mm-hmm.
And he does like one final take, and this time Taro, roll me one more perception check as he's turning away.
Wow, 9 again.
Okay, yeah. You just see him turn around and starting to walk off.
Dang.
I'm still heading back to our ship, right?
Yeah, he's heading back onto his new ship. They're about to pull up the anchor and then start setting sail again for their destination. You want to try to stop him or something?
No. I assume we're heading. So they came to our ship, right? They did a whole talking thing, or we were on their new ship.
To y'all's ship as a sign of appreciation and respect.
Gotcha.
You guys saved his crew's life. The least he can do is talk to you guys on your turf. To show the kind of trust.
Gotcha.
He walks over back to his ship.
As he walks away, Taro's gonna be like, "It's nice to meet you, Slick."
And he goes, he stops and he turns around, looks at you dead in the face, and he goes, "It's nice to meet you too. I don't mean to sound rude, but I hope I never see you again." And he just smiles, and Taro, give me one last perception check.
Oh, come on, please. 8 plus 3 is... What is that?
11.
Yes, 11. Jeez.
Hey, at least it's better than the 9 you were rolling.
That's
I mean, 9/11, you know.
true. Okay, so
Oh, I got that one real
Conspiracy
quick.
time.
got Illuminati. Yeah, okay. So, Taro, when he says that, he hopes he never sees you again. You look in his eyes and you see this look that is kind of hard to read it. So, like, it almost looks like he's saying, like, seriously, let's not meet again, as he walks away.
Back at you.
But their ship takes off. Shang watches it for an obscenely long time because he's Shang. as you guys set sail back on your route to Republic City. And Vana, because of the roles that I got for the teachers, Vana walks up to you, Taro. Jaeger, Kevin, and Taro, actually, I want to ask, what are you guys doing?
Taro's being an anxious baby. Pacing around.
Kevin want to figure out what the heck is going on. Like, look at her like, are you okay?
Jaeger is more than likely chilling in the sack and thinking to himself, there might be an imposter among us.
Well, it's kind of sus bringing that up all of a
Pretty
sudden.
sus.
That's sus, not gonna lie. I've been here longer than you guys have.
That's right, listeners.
I was doing
we
tasks.
we are hip, we are new and cool. We know what sus means. Don't add us.
Because we don't know how to say suspicion.
I don't know how to spell suspicions.
Suspicion? I'm not very superstitious.
Superstitious?
I'm not very smellerlicious. Smellerby?
Smellerby? Is that you? After all these years?
How did we get into the topic of smells?
You see the skeleton of Smellerby floating by. Just kidding.
It's a good
One last Halloween. One last Halloween thing. All right. But anyway.
Pull out my mason jar full of potatoes.
Do Irish have potato like that?
You know how many potatoes it takes to kill an Irishman?
No.
It's none.
Oh, because of the famine.
Yeah, the famine.
All right, let's talk about death for the rest of this episode.
Anyway. Whew.
Sean Connery.
Tough crowd.
Yeah, he's gone now.
He's dead.
He died. He done bent. All right, let's not talk about death anymore. Let's carry on, please. So, Kevin, you went up to Taro to try to talk to her or something?
Yeah. Tara, are you okay? You seem a bit anxious.
What do you mean? I'm super cool, super great. I'm so cool. And she puts 2 thumbs up.
I'm going to do an insight, even though this is probably going to be easy as heck.
Yeah, it would be. Go ahead and roll with advantage, and Taro, you do an opposed, a deception check, Taro.
Okay.
30-20. 17 plus 3.
You beat me. I got 12.
Okay. I'm seeing she's lying through her teeth. Something is up.
And you're sitting there thinking that, and you feel a hand touch your shoulder, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
You turn around and you see it's Vana, and she just looks at you and is like, "Hey, do you mind if I talk to Taro for a second?"
Sure. And I am going a little like back to my room to meditate.
Okay. You go inside the room and you see Jaeger is peeling potatoes for some reason.
Jaeger, why are you peeling potatoes?
Meanwhile, Taro,
back in Ireland.
You see Vana come up to you after dismissing Kevin and just kind of stands next to you as you guys are feeling the ocean breeze trailing over to Republic City. You guys are starting to get a whiff of city smell almost. You can't necessarily see the city just yet, but you know you guys are like right there. And Vana doesn't really talk. She just kind of sits there and looks out into the ocean a little bit near you, and she's finally like, "So, bit of the past, huh?"
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, Just so you know, I get it. You don't want to talk about it, so I'll make sure that they try not to disturb you with it, okay?
I mean, I'm fine. I don't. She doesn't know what to say, so she's just gonna look out into the ocean and I don't know, think about how the ocean goes whoosh whoosh, you know?
Do you say that out loud?
Oh no!
You do that.
And walk up to the waterbender and go, dang, ain't it crazy how the water go whoosh whoosh?
And she goes, oh yeah, especially during the moon, it goes swoo, swoo.
Yeah, you get it! Oh my god, every single time I try to talk to someone about it, they don't get it.
DM, is everybody on the boat losing their mind? Like, are we in another fever dream?
I'm so tired, y'all. I've been up since 3 a.m.
I feel that.
I understand. But that's all she says to you. She just kind of like touches you solemnly on the shoulder and heads off. Jaeger, is there anything that you want to do before heading into the city?
Not anything in particular. Like, I think he'd just want to rest.
Okay. And Kevin?
Yeah, you still haven't answered my question. What's with the
Sure.
potato?
I was just saying that for comedic effect. Jaeger doesn't actually have to be peeling potatoes.
Oh!
Don't you worry your brain there.
Oh, I thought he was making some French fries or something.
You boil or mash them and you stick them in a stew.
What's a French fry?
Oh, that's right. They probably won't have it. I thought he was making like some chips
Kevin, what is
and
French?
fish.
Wouldn't it be like the fire flakes?
Oh, that would be could be fire flakes.
They're just Cajun fries.
Mmm,
Mmm.
so good.
Oh my god.
I want some Cajun fries right now.
Oh my god, please.
Oh, especially with like with a good southern fish fry.
I want to roll for Cajun fries. The manifest
Especially
Cajun
like
fries.
especially with a nice fish sandwich. Oh,
Y'all remember how we said
Alright,
no
so it should
shenanigans,
be-
and here we are talking about Cajun fries?
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay,
listen,
little
Taro,
miss.
this is
Waves go whoosh
serious.
whoosh.
Listen, I'm so anxious.
This is serious, Taro.
This
Okay,
is serious.
Jaeger.
Yes.
Jaeger, roll me a d20 for your for Cajun, for a Cajun check. If you can get a natural 20, I will say you've got Cajun fries sitting next to your bed.
I got an 11.
I got a 13. I want Cajun fries.
I got a 7, but I don't know what that is.
Craig, roll for Cajun fries.
Come on,
You guys
Eddie.
do not have Cajun fries. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You must have finished them all.
okay. At
So-
least we ate some.
So, a bit of time has passed. It is now mid to late afternoon, not quite dusk, but the sun is setting. And you guys finally hear ringing up on the deck of the ship. And you're hearing some people shouting, "Land ho! Land ho!" You guys look out the window, or you guys head up to the dock. It's up to you. What do you guys want to do?
Get dressed, get washed, dressed, and get my water set. Get my all my water bottles together, and my my stuff together.
Yeah, enough time has passed for you to be able to wash up, get your water skins filled, have a short rest, all of that stuff. This is give or take like 2 hours after the interaction with the ship. But you guys are hearing people up on the dock, or on the deck, shouting out that you guys have made it to Republic City.
Here we are. And
About time.
what time is it? Yeah, what time?
I said it was like mid to late afternoon, not quite dusk yet.
Gotcha.
You guys head on up to the deck to get a good solid view of this city. Kevin, you've been here before. Taro and Jaeger, you guys have never seen it. Maybe in movers or something, Jaeger, while you were inspecting the stove. Oh, I mean the TV. But as your ship is moving closer to Republic City, this is what you see. You guys see Republic City, the city that can't sleep. The epicenter for music, fashion, technology, and media for all of the nations. Historically founded to be a place for unity among benders and non-benders, Republic still found its fair share of trouble and conflict. The events of Korra in her early years here 50 years ago are basic chapters in children's history books today, and the Yellow Spirit Gate at the heart of the old downtown serves as a constant reminder that history is not always kind, but you can still grow from it. Through this, Republic City has continued to thrive, moving upstream into the mountains nearby and away from the creeping vines protruding from the spiritual nightlight of the portal. They've continued their journey as a general melting pot for all looking for a new home. There's never not something to do in the hill-like streets of Republic City. The way Republic City looks now is not like in The Legend of Korra. You see, 50 years ago when that spirit portal opened up, it destroyed the downtown portion of what was Republic City. Since then, the city has migrated up into the mountains. So think less like it looked like in Legend of Korra. It kind of looked like 1920s New York.
Mm-hmm.
Think of more like 1950s San Francisco, 1950s Beverly Hills meets New York. It's moved all up into the mountains, so everything's a lot slopier, but it still has that iconic image of what Republic City is. What this means, though, is by docking into Republic City, you guys actually have to travel up a stream using the steamboat powers, and they've got the technology to try to make it easier for boats to move up. And as you are moving up past old downtown into the new downtown, into the heart of the city, you guys are also seeing on your far left another stream where instead of ships are traveling upward, they are traveling down and out of the city ports. So essentially it's kind of like a canal system or like a road like where Venice. One river, right, almost like one river that is traveling upstream is where ships go up, and then the other river where it's traveling down into the ocean is where ships are traveling down to keep a good steady flow of traffic. You don't see large ships like shipment ships or anything like that. That's all still docked down at the bottom just because of how big those ships are. They can't get through the narrow passage of what the rivers are here. But being a transport ship, you guys have no problem. You guys get through the Panama. Go ahead.
Before we get to like the docks area, is there time to go to Air Temple Island? Excuse me.
As you're asking that, you see, or you ask that, and Vaughn is just like, well, we first have to check into the city first, and then you guys can head wherever you guys need to.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Of course. But you guys are traveling upstream into what looks like a giant train station of sorts, but it is exclusively ship stations. As you guys are coming in, you see a sign over this building, and this building is literally at the heart of the city, to where you see like where the stream comes in is high up on the mountains. Not much of the city has made it that high yet, but So there is still more of a river and more of city in front of you, but there's just as much in front as there is behind. On the sign of this building, you see the name Republic City Water Transportation. So this is essentially the dock station for transport, much like a way that you would have a train station. You guys wait by the door. They open it up. It's these giant metal doors. You guys are hearing mechanical sounds and gears turning, steam coming out to open these doors up. Someone must have just pressed a button to open it up. It's very technological for its time. You guys come in and find yourself a dock to station at. You guys anchor yourself down. Somebody hops off, ties the boat into this area. You guys see a sign that labels which dock this is, and you know the ship guy writes it down in his notes or something so that he knows where you guys parked your ship, basically. Seeing it's a pretty bustling place despite how mid to late afternoon it is. There's still a few more transport ships coming in, and there's still some leaving, but it seems like it's starting to get dark enough now to where it is slowed down, just not exponentially slowed down. You guys get off. It's very busy, very bustling. People are kind of running around with like tickets, walking forward, heading over to their ships, or you guys are seeing people coming off of the ships, grabbing all of their packages and stuff like that, and heading over to the front door, which you see is like there's a check-in counter essentially there. It sounds like a lot of people are in the middle of conversations, talking to people that are nearby, or talking to people asking for directions on where to go. You, in the corner of the place, you are hearing this woman trying to quiet her child as the child is crying. She's trying to shush him, you know. But Sean walks off, Vanna walks off, you three walk off, and you guys are standing on the dock, facing the entrance to leave this building and enter Republic City. And Sean looks at you guys. Sean looks at you guys and he goes, "It has been a very long time since I've been here. This all is rather new to me." You check in with the front desk clerk with name so that they can kind of just keep track of who's in the city. And an identification. Kevin, you would have a Republic City resident ID. Sean just nods, turns and walks over to the front desk. And
I follow Vanna.
You guys head over to the front desk. There's a bit of a line, but there's enough people at the front desk to just kind of like help move things along. But you can tell it's getting close to closing time for the station because there are a few less people coming in as well as there are less people working here. But eventually you guys get to the front. Sean announces his name, announces his title. He gets a stamp on a piece of paper that basically says that he has a permission to enter the city right now. Vanna does the same thing, says her first name, her last name, stamp, and walks off. Comes up to Jaeger, and the guy goes, "All right, may I get a name and profession?"
Jaeger Asmund, White Lotus.
Okay, and he puts down, he's wearing like a classic Earth Kingdom style clothing, but it's like 1950s fashion, if you can try to imagine that. And he looks at you and he like squints his eyes a little bit, adjusts his glasses and sees the White Lotus sash, and goes, "All right," and stamps a piece of paper and hands it to you, and he goes, "Welcome to Republic City."
I take it and leave.
Kevin walks up. Kevin walks up and he goes, "Hello, name and occupation."
I am Kevin, White Lotus.
What's your last name?
I don't think I ever gave my character a last name, to tell you the truth.
Oh no. Yeah,
Kevin,
we haven't had a last name. Yeah, we can go Mario route.
Kevin Water. Kevin Water.
Actually, I like that. Kevin Water.
Kevin Aqua.
Are you serious? Sapphire Fire.
Okay, listen, we are like 19 episodes into the series. Kevin, pick a last name.
Kevin Aqua.
Okay, Okay. It has
Waiting
to
for
go
a
with-
last name from Kevin since episode 11. So
To be
Kevin
fair,
Killinger.
to be fair, we never used last name, so it never crossed my mind. Oh,
Yeah, I think my character was the only one who had a last name.
no,
I
Taro
have a
has a last
last
name too.
Oh, is it Raina?
who?
Who? Who?
All right, Kevin, I'm
Okay,
putting the
I'll put it-
pressure on
let's
you.
go.
You need a last name.
Okay, let's do Waters.
Are you serious?
Waters. That's it. Are you serious?
Kevin Killmonger.
Yeah, see, that'd be a lot better.
Come on.
Where's the
Kevin Malone.
creativity?
Okay, how about this? Finally, Kevin Chilson.
Kevin-
I rolled my eyes harder than I've ever in my
Jenny and
life.
Megar and Jensen.
I
Kevin,
never had to think of a last name for him.
Kevin.
Or Michelson.
we've been waiting for like 2 months on this.
How often do we have to use last names?
Well, your dad owns a major business. You need a last name.
Yeah, you're
True.
rich, boy. You gotta have a rich person.
You gotta be able to sign those
You gotta
checks.
have a last name, Kev.
I was thinking like something like something cool like Rockefeller or something has that prestige to it. There's something like Smith, Williams, like if there could be 1,000 with Smith, so there's 1,000 Williams. Want something a little more unique and like regal.
Kevin Zaspera. Does that sound cool?
Kevin
I
Spacey.
like that one. I like that one. Let's go with that. Kevin Zaspera. That's a,
Thank God.
You're welcome. I just named
Yeah.
my son.
Kevin Bacon.
just send me how to spell that name and we can roll.
There, and
You
now
can change it.
the
if you
richest
want.
member of the party finally has a last name. That's good.
I'm
Hey.
proud of you.
All right, so let's rewind a little bit. You walk up to the guy and he goes, "All right, name and occupation."
Kevin Zaspera, and I show him White Lotus. I show him my Republic City ID and the White Lotus symbol.
He goes, "Oh, part of the Zaspera family. Your father's in town. I don't know if you heard that yet." And he stamps a paper, basically allowing you guys to read as he's talking to you about that.
Thank you. Can't wait to see that.
All right, next.
Ali and Ravana and Jaeger.
Okay, and Taro, you walk up and he goes, "Name and occupation."
Taro Mendoza, White Lotus. Same as those other people.
All right, he stamps a piece of paper and hand you, and he goes, "All right, welcome to the White Lotus."
Hmm?
Or, I mean, I'm sorry.
Break his brain.
Hey.
You just tell somebody your name and you join the White Lotus. All right, he goes,
Thanks. I finger gun him.
You shoot him and he bleeds, shouting, "Why?"
"You are swarmed by the police, immediately executed."
That's
All right.
fair.
All right, so all 5 of you make your way, and you guys open the door to Republic City, and to be continued.
Full house thong. See.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, that was
Dude, I-
exactly it.
Just
Okay,
Try it,
Taro, exactly how you spell Zaspera?
Put
E
it in the
as in
chat.
Zrog.
Oh, okay, so thanks everybody
A as in
all the
A.
way to the end.
Frog.
No.
S as
Jaeger,
in Throg.
Jaeger, do you have shoutouts?
To Christina Applegate.
I'm sure they like that.
And the whitest kids you know.
Oh
The
yeah, that's
D&D
right. You were telling me
podcast.
about
Keep
that.
doing it, guys. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I hope we'll have
They
with them or
kidnapped a
something.
child.
That'd be really cool.
That would be hilarious. Their story is that they're literally like traveling comedians, but they're set in a fantasy world.
It's very
It's a
interesting.
pretty cool concept. There's still a lot of battles too, and a midget. We need a midget now. Make Shang a midget.
How tall is Sean anyway?
Shang, he's like 5 something. He's the shortest out of all of you. He's slightly taller than Vana, I think. Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
I thought, wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying off the top of my head.
At least when
I can't remember. I know Shang is short. He's like 5 something.
Oh, he's just a wee lad.
I think he like 5. I think you said he was like 5'10", 5'11".
I've got it in my notes, but
He's
Whoa.
oh,
And Vana, I think he's like between 5'5" and 5'7".
Are we going to talk about Shang's height for the next hour, or are we going to finish this episode, guys?
I do not.
We're gonna finish this episode. Just have it on notes. We can ramble on for hours.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to keep it on track.
Dicebenders shenanigans.
Oh my lord! All right, Kevin. What do you have to plug today?
Well, one of the things I want to plug in is JB. He's on his way home, and I hope he's feels a lot better.
Yes, this was recorded like a month after our last session. He's doing a little better than he was then. Still not 100%. He was going to try to listen in tonight. Wasn't able to do it. But that's okay. It's better for him to make sure that he stays nice and healthy and a good boy. Messed up. Mostly good boy. Like 80, maybe more like 65% good boy.
Mm-hmm.
And Taro, do you have anything to plug today?
I mean, hey, do you guys listen to the Adventure Zone? It's pretty cool. Last episode? Wow, what was that? That was crazy, man.
Yes. No, I don't know what that is.
I also am unaware.
Oh, did you say something? I didn't hear you.
I'm also unaware there. But I'll try to check it out.
Oh, yeah, it's a podcast where these cool 3 boys play D&D, and there's like a whole bunch of different arcs they're doing. The one they're doing right now is called the Adventure Zone Graduation. Super cool. I said super cool twice. But yeah, they're pretty funny guys. They are cool guys. That's all I have to say.
And what is it's called? Adventure Zone?
The Adventure Zone Graduation. Well, that's the one that's going on right now. The whole podcast is just The Adventure Zone. It's by the McElroy brothers.
How tall is the Adventure Zone?
There's, I think, like 200 episodes or something like that.
Well, like, are we talking 5 feet or 6 feet?
I think between those 2 numbers.
Okay.
All right, so guys, we've got another 5-star review that I would like to read out.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice when we get these. Yeah, by the way, anybody, if y'all want to leave us 5-star reviews, we will give you shout-outs and give you loves, as much loves as possible. For this one, it was done on the 19th of October, it looks like. And it's by Mew and Shiny. It says, "Amazement! I truly love this show's use of Avatar's lore with D&D's mechanics to make an awesome game." Thank you, Mew and Shiny. That's very sweet. With that, I believe that's everything we have to say this evening. We do have to say the character classes are Skeptic Frog's creation. Avatar was created by Bright, and the music and sounds are found in the show notes. You can always find us on Facebook, Twitter. We don't have an Instagram. We do have a YouTube, all under the name Dicebenders D&D. It's all one word. Be sure to check us out anywhere. Be sure to check us out in our Discord as well. The link for that will be in the description. And as always, everybody, subscribe for more shenanigans. We've got plenty of it.
Shenanigans.
Night-night.
Whip.
Whip. Now watch
Yeah.
me show Nene.
Now watch me whip. Wait, watch me water whip. Nay.
Oh my god. We find Torque in his room. Apart from the half-empty bottle of cabbage whiskey on the coffee table and the unfinished paperwork at its side, he sits alone near the bed. He reminisces as his eyes get lost in an old picture of a younger self and a familiar Water Tribe woman with her ever-so-kind smile. His arms wrapped around her waist, his tattoos shown prominently close to her thigh's sash. His memories are cut short when he hears a knock at his door. Shocked out of his trance, he puts the picture back in his bedside drawer under some Earthbender books and walks in a slight, confident stumble. The door swings open. Oh, hey, Z, I didn't see you at the meeting with Team 2B today. Yes, I was, occupied. Look, Go approached my desk just a bit ago to deliver this. She said she's needed at the Southern Air School now that her student is gone. She hands him a sealed letter, stamped with the White Lotus, Master Lotus symbol. Oh, that's weird. They deliver that to me, too, if that were the case. Torque looks confused as he takes the letter and opens it. Yeah, she's a tough one to crack, but she doesn't seem to give the whole truth, in my opinion. Torque continues to read until closing the letter and setting it to the side of the door. Yeah, that's Go for you. She's always been that way. Yeah, I understand that, but... She leans in a little closer. I think it's odd how after two of the strongest teachers in the Lotus go off on a mission, she disappears too, don't you? Z, I don't know what you know about any of the new teachers here, but Go is just as trustworthy as they come. She's an odd turtle duck for sure, but I trust that woman with my life. Is this because of Shang's doubts about you? No, what? No, no. Look, I'm just saying, you can't rule anyone out as a rat mole. With what happened in Bei Long, we can't be too careful. Torque sighs and stands for a moment before saying, Shang and Go both have more than served their lives to this society. I don't know what they're ever thinking or doing, but I would not consider them rat moles. And if you really want to stop being a suspect to Shang, just tell him your name, Z. He's told me he doesn't trust you. If you're not hiding anything, then stop acting like you are. Silence echoes in the doorway before Z asks, And what about you? Do you trust me? As far as I can throw you. But remember, my skills are different than both of theirs. I can tell when people lie. He leans against the doorframe with a smirk, crossing one foot over the other. What is your name, by the way? We only have you in the records as Z, and you've only been here for, what, a few years? She looks conflicted, but at the same time, like she's collecting herself, finding her words before she eventually looks at Torque with his confident smirk and posture, and says, I have work I need to get back to. Torque just snaps his fingers with a wink and finger guns as she walks away. He shuts the door, and as he does, he narrows his focus back to the note. Z, on the other hand, begins walking towards her dorm. She stops and leans against the wall and grips an amulet in her pocket in a nervous tinge of collecting herself. One with a Fire Nation indentation on it. One final collecting exhale leaves her lips as she treks into her room for the night.